I do remember the time when Toyota presented the new Prius and people were a bit skeptical about buying it. Now this world runs on Priuses, and if you just look at the busy intersection, you'll find one. So what's the hype of owning Prius? Why taxi drivers and rideshare drivers love them? Let's break it down and find out what this Toyota Prius is all about. Is Toyota trying to be a Tesla on the budget? Today we're gonna answer this and many other questions. I was about to go and drive it, but I've decided to double check. Did you subscribe to our channel every single week? Honest reviews for cars, bikes, parts, gear, and a lot more. All you have to do, just click the subscribe button and watch the new videos every single week as soon as they come out. My name is Dennis, this is For Life Test Drive, shall we? Time flies by and you get a ton of options. Toyota did try to do a smaller Prius, used to call Prius C, got discontinued last year. If you remember, they even had the Prius station wagon, which was Prius V, got discontinued in 2017. But we still can pick and choose. We still have this Prius that I'm driving today. You also got the Prius Prime that you can charge and get up to 25 miles EV range, as well as Toyota Mirai. So if you're curious about the Mirai, fully hydrogen vehicle, you can check out our review. I will leave the link down below. Now you know, Toyota did play around with different shapes, models, with pretty much the same concept and idea behind. But how did they manage to keep such a strong numbers with such a weird looking vehicle? Let's break it down. It starts from 24,325. And this test model limited cranks up the price to 34,586. But that's not all. Now you can get one LE or XLE with all-wheel drive. Alright, Prius all-wheel drive. Right. Yes, you've heard it right. And that's something that blows my mind. It sounds like Toyota tries to apply to different buyers, different road conditions, different continents. I just think in this case it should be lifted and get at least all-terrain tires. If you don't care about the options, you're probably gonna end up with the Prius for 25k, and it's gonna give you this beautiful gas mileage number. I'm talking about 58 miles per gallon for city, and I'm talking about 53 miles per gallon on freeways. None of the cars on the market right now will offer you better gas mileage for the price tag below 30k. So let's face it. And there's another thing that you can keep in mind. Well, do you want to visit gas stations quite often to refuel? If you drive a lot in the city, let's say you do delivery or you do Uber or something like that, you're gonna visit the gas station 2, 3, 5 times a day. With this new Prius, you get over 10-gallon gas tank. So even if you're the worst driver and you get roughly 50 miles per gallon, you still can drive this car over 500 miles without visiting the gas station. So all the Prius haters, do you like it more now or less? By the way, Toyota started doing the no-cost maintenance plan. So for 2 years or 25,000 miles, you get no-cost oil changes, basic service. This way you buy the brand new Prius, you don't have to worry about stuff like that. You just go to the dealership and they do it for free. From the safety and tech, this 2020 Toyota Prius is definitely behind Tesla. The good news, yeah, you get Toyota Safety Sense standard. The bad news, it's pretty basic, but at the same time you get some useful features. Like pre-collision system with pedestrian detection. It can brake itself. For example, if you're approaching the curve, you won't gonna hurt your front or rear bumper. It will apply the brakes, it will swear at you, but only for a few seconds. And yes, it will stop right before you're gonna damage the bumper. It is actually very helpful if you have some tight city parking spot where you have to make sure that your car is gonna be parked precisely inch away from the wall. Lane departure alert, adaptive cruise control, it's all here, but we see better systems from competitors, for example from Kia. So let's talk about the interior. This is not an iPad, that's not your kitchen TV. This is an 11.6-inch screen that's paired with JBL premium stereo. Normally, I would say don't pay for JBL, but this one sounds really good. I do believe only Prius got this JBL upgrade, and you're still gonna see these old JBL speakers across the entire Toyota lineup where you see the JBL logo. So be careful with this option. Make sure you got the new JBL. That actually sounds good. But this massive screen is something new, and it actually looks good. But the software is not there yet. And guess what? Still no Android Auto. Yes, you're gonna get Apple CarPlay. Beautiful. Something that I didn't understand when I got the keys, why Toyota decided to put temperature control, climate control on the left and the volume control on the right. After driving for a bit, I realized it was actually a smart move. See, it's not that easy for the driver to reach across the screen and use this touch button up and down to control the volume. So when you make it inconvenient, you teach us how to use it the proper way. The driver got buttons on the steering wheel, so use the volume here, don't go anywhere. While your passenger, the front passenger, will really appreciate the ability to easily control the volume, and this essentially makes this interface quite user-friendly, especially for the passenger. I actually like the heads-up display. Well, the funny part, Toyota called aircraft technology, and yeah, they're still talking about Prius. Anyways, the heads-up display works perfect, especially when you use this navigation unit. It will show you the guidelines. It has some animation. It looks really good. It's got really comfy seats. It's got a ton of USB charging ports. It's got wireless charger for your cell phone. And when you're sitting inside, it feels bigger than most of the crossovers that you can buy in the same price range. How it drives? Better than most of the Toyota vehicles. I've decided to take it for a spin on a twisty road, and you can tell those tires been designed specifically for minimum resistance. It does not have the best grip, and you'd be surprised this is way better than most of the Toyota vehicles in terms of driving experience. And yes, I understand this is not a sports car. I get that. And I think a lot of people don't understand the Prius. Well, they need to achieve the maximum gas mileage number, and they go ahead and take the tire that won't create too much resistance, meaning it's not going to be a grippy tire. But when you got the heaviest parts located up front, right by the front axle, and the battery on the back, right behind the passenger seat, you create the proper weight distribution, meaning you put a couple of people on the middle and the entire weight is not going to be focused on one specific area of this car. The result, yeah, not the most grippy tire, but don't ever try to call Prius slow. It just depends what kind of driver you are. The suspension set is comfortable. Having this leather interior, you can easily spend days driving this Prius. For the past week, we drove this car for 280 miles. I did reset the trip computer, and I still got almost 200 miles left in my gas tank, and my average gas mileage, 53.4 miles per gallon. Keep in mind, I had city driving, I had freeways, and I also had a couple of stops where I was sitting on the parking lot for 5-10 minutes with engine running. So this is really good gas mileage. From the outside, it's awesome to have this big convenient hatch. Even if you're like 6'2", you can still walk underneath, and you can put a ton of things here. We're talking about more than 25 cubic feet of cargo space here, and if you fold the rear seats, you're gonna get over 50 cubic feet. I don't like the design, and I know a lot of people that would say like Prius when they're trying to say, not the best design. But this is only about the exterior, because when you're gonna get inside, it feels even bigger than most of the crossovers today. It's got space, comfort, and it's got some features. I think Toyota got a lot of potential if they stop making the Prius every single time they do redesign even more weird. And I think they should get somebody on board who can make this Tesla-style infotainment system more user-friendly. Yes, right now it's a giant screen, but it's not properly used. A ton of old school Toyota style buttons that we did see from the cars in 2008, 2010. So, new screen, older software, don't put it together. Yes, they need to add Android Auto. Would be great if it's not gonna happen after people colonize the space, but we'll see. And yes, they need to update safety features. But other than that, Prius got really good value when it comes to commuting needs. And whether you like it or not, Prius got the name that we actually associate with hybrid cars. Over the year, this car was able to prove it's got really good powertrain, and combine it with reliability, gas mileage, price, and things like that, you get the ultimate city commuter. Just one reminder, be careful with the options, it can get pricey. You like honest reviews? Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and watch the newest and coolest bikes, cars, gear, parts every single week on our channel. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.